We're going to do a puzzle today, and our puzzle has to do with the number 31. The sum of two numbers is 31. The product of the two numbers is 150. So what are the numbers? Okay, let's be clear. We're looking for two numbers whose sum is 31. That means they'll add up to be the number 31. And the product of those same two numbers will be 150. Recall that product means multiply. So if we take those same two numbers and we multiply them together, we'll get 150. So, what are the numbers? Okay, let's start thinking of two numbers that multiply together to be 150. In fact, that's your hint. We're going to start with the products first and figure out if the sums will equal 31. So beginning with the products, let's start with the number 1. And can you think of a number that when we multiply it by 1, we get 150? 150, right? Yes, that is the rule for multiplying by 1, which says that any number multiplied by 1 gives us that number again. Okay, so here we have a product of two numbers that equals 150. So 1 times 150. But is their sum equal to 31? That is, if we add 1 and 150, do we get 31? No, that's 151, which is far off from 31, right? Okay, so let's take a look at another example. How about we jump to the number 10? So 10 times what is going to get me 150? Now, off the top of your head, you may not know this, but we can use a nice little trick here for figuring out what this could be. That is, if you remove the zeros from both the 10 and the 150, you'll come to a basic fact that we've talked about before. That is, 1 times what is 15? 15, right? So it will also be true that 10 times 15 will equal 150. So, what are the two numbers whose product is 150? 10 and 15. All right. Now, is their sum equal to 31? 10 plus 15? Well, that's equal to 25, and that is not equal to 31. So, 10 and 15 must not be the numbers we are looking for. All right, let's jump to the number 20. 20 times what gives us 150? Well, like in the last problem, we can cover up the 0 from the 20 and the 150, leaving us with 2 times what equals 15. Now, do we have a basic fact that we know? 2 times something equals 15? No, 2 is even, and we're not getting an even answer here. So, no, we're not going to be able to find a number who multiplies by 20 to get 150. Okay, so we're going to jump again to, let's try 30. Now, 30 times what gives us 150? Again, we can cover up those zeros and take a look at the basic fact here. 3 times what equals 15? 5, right? Good. So 3 times 5 is 15, so that means 30 times 5 is 150. Great. All right, now let's take a look at the sum here. We're talking about the numbers 30 and 5, and we know that 30 plus 5 is what? It's 35. But that doesn't equal 31 either. Okay, now maybe we can deduce what we're going to choose next based on how the sums have been working. Take a look here. We got, when we chose the numbers 10 and 15, we got 25, which is less than 31. When we chose the numbers 30 and 5, we got 35, and that's greater than 31. Maybe we can find a pair of numbers that will get us the 31 that we're looking for, and it must be somewhere between the 10 and the, one of the numbers we're going to use will be a number between 10 and 30, and that is going to give us 31. So I'm thinking that the number we choose should be closer to 30. Okay, well, we already used 20, and that didn't work. 25. We know how to count by 25s. Let's try that. 25 is a number between 10 and 30, and it is closer to 30 than it is 10. Maybe that'll work. Okay, so the question is 25 times what is 150? Let's count by 25, shall we? I'm going to use a number line for that. That might help us work it out. All right, so when we count by 25s, we'll start with the number 0 and then 25. The next one would be 50. If you don't remember, you can always think about money, quarters, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, and so on. So 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. What are we counting to? 150, right? 125, 150. Look at that. So how many 25s are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means 25 times 6 is 150. All right, so let's see what we have now. We have a 25 times 6 is 150. So now we want to see if the sum of those two numbers is 31. 25 plus 6. Aha! It is 31. So we have found our numbers. 25 and 6 are the two numbers whose product is 150 and whose sum is 31. So there you have it. We got our answer. Have a great math day, everybody.
Let's look at multiplying two-digit numbers with regrouping. Okay, so we've looked at multiplying using expanded form. We've looked at multiplying using place value and the area model, breaking numbers apart. Now we're going to look at regrouping. Okay, so let's start by, we're still going to use models to regroup. So look at my example. I have 22 times 4. I want to know what 22 times 4 is. So I'm going to start by building a model of 22. Now looking at the number 22, I have 2 in the tens and a 2 in the ones. Okay? So let's draw 22. In 22, 2 tens, 1, 10. 1, 2 tens, and 2 ones. There is 122, but I need 4 of them. There's my second, my third, my fourth. Sorry, my ones are not the best. Okay, so now I have, this is 22, this is represents 22, 22, and 22. Now that I have 4 22s, let's see how much we have all together. I'm going to start by counting my tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, now I'm going to count up by ones. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. My total is 88. That tells me that 22 times 4 equals 88. Okay, we built our model. 22 4 times. Okay, and I did this by drawing a picture this time of my tens and my ones of 22 4 times. There's a couple different ways that we can actually multiply 22 times 4. Let's look and let me show you another way by using regrouping. If I have 22 and I multiply it by 4. Similar to when you're adding, when you're multiplying, you also start by multiplying in the ones column first. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 4. My 4 is going to get multiplied by each number on the top. If I look at my multiplication chart, I know that 2 times 4 equals 8. Okay? Now, I'm not sure why that does it. It's pretty frustrating. I'm going to go now and multiply my 4 times my 2 and my 10s. 4 times 2 again equals 8. So I'm going to write an 8 in my 10s. So 4 times 2 equals 88. I didn't need to regroup this time because my product was less than 10. All right, let's look at another example. And I want you to do this one with me. So grab a piece of paper and pencil. Okay, you guys ready? Write this problem down on your paper. If we do 32, I'm going to multiply 32 times 3. First, I'm going to do this by drawing a picture. And then we're going to do this by multiplying with regrouping. Okay, so let's start now by drawing my quick picture of 32 times 3. 32. Let's draw that first. I have 3 10s, 10, 20, 30, and 2 1s. 1, 2. Here's my first picture of 32. That should be on your paper too. Quick picture of 32. But I need 3 of them because I'm multiplying by 3. So let's draw my other ones. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. The dots represent ones. And one more. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. Our next step is we're going to count the total of all of our 10s and our 1s. So start with a larger value, which is the 10s, and let's count by 10s. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. So altogether, I got a total of 96. So that tells me that 32 times 3 equals 96. Okay, now write this problem again on your paper. Great. And we're going to multiply without the picture. When I multiply two-digit numbers, I'm going to multiply in my ones first. I'm going to multiply my bottom number, which is 3, my multiplier, times my number in the ones place, which is 2. Using what I know about multiplication, I know 3 times 2 equals 6. Then I'm going to go over and multiply 3 times 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. So I got 96. Still got the same as I did in my last problem of 32 times 3 is 96. It's just a different strategy. Instead of drawing the picture like we did in this example, I multiplied, okay? And I multiplied, and I may need to regroup. These I do not need to regroup, okay? Let's do another example using a picture, and I want you to draw the picture with me again this time too, okay? So get a new piece of paper, and we're going to do another problem. Let's do 25 times 4. Let's start by drawing a quick picture of the number 25, and I'm going to need 4 of them because I'm multiplying it by 4. So in 25, I have 2 10s, 10, 20, and I have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 125, but I need 4 of them. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Yours should look similar to mine, guys. And I need one more quick picture of 25. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay, so now that your pictures are done, let's go ahead and let's add up all of our pictures together to see how many we have. When we do this, I'm going to start by adding my 10s first. I'm going to count by 10s. Ready? Off we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I have 80 in my 10s, but I'm not done. Let's count my ones. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So 25 times 4 equals 100. Okay, now that's by using a picture. If I was going to multiply without the picture, do this a second time. Go ahead and write this on your paper. You can write it right beside your model too. This is where the regrouping comes in, my friends. I'm going to start with multiplying my 5 times 4, okay? My 4 gets multiplied by both numbers. 4 times 5 equals 20, right? Well, there's 2 digits in this number 20. I can't put them both down in my ones place. I can only put the 0 down here. That tells me this 2 needs to get regrouped up above my 10s place. Okay? Now I'm ready to multiply 4 times 2. What's 4 times 2? It's 8, right? But 4 times 2 is 8. This 2 up here in pink, I need to add that in. So I have 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 equals, you got it, is 10. So that's 100. Okay? That's multiplying with regrouping. Let's do another example of multiplying with regrouping in this format. Let's work on 94 times 6. My first step is to multiply my 6 times my 4 in the ones place. 6 times 4 equals 24. Now look at that number 24. This number 24 has a 2 in the 10s and a 4 in the ones. I can only put one number down here in my answer. I'm going to transfer my 4 from my ones down to my answer. This 2 is going to get regrouped up above my 9. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. And I'm going to have to add it to my next product. Now that I have 6 plus 4 is 24, I've written my 4 and my ones and regrouped my 2. I'm ready to multiply 9 times 6. What is 9 times 6? It is 54. Okay, but I have 54. Remember this 2 I have to add in, that plus 2? I have to add 2. So that becomes 56. And I'm just going to write that number down here in the bottom because I don't have anywhere to put it into my hundreds. So 94 times 6 equals 564. Okay? So when you're multiplying and you need to regroup, it's similar in a way to adding when I can only put one digit at the bottom. In this case, it was a 4. And I need to go and I need to regroup my 2 up top for this 24 here. Okay? And then I'm going to add that regrouped amount to my product at the bottom. You're going to do a couple more practice problems today looking at multiplying and multiplying with regrouping. We are going to start with using a model to multiply, and there'll be a picture to help you to multiply. And then you're going to practice multiplying with regrouping as best you can. Remember to ask your teachers for help and to do your best. Okay? We're here to help you, and I need you to ask when you need help or let us know if you need to have the skill reviewed or want us to work through the problem with you.